And off we go from Denver. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Time for the Bears offense to take the field. Their QB, big strides in 2025, hoping to establish himself as one of the best in the league this season. The former Heisman winner, Caleb Williams.
The former #1 overall pick, he is truly becoming the Bears franchise quarterback that they've been seeking for a long, long time. Now, trying to get the 30 touchdown passes and 4,000 yards in a season, as well as getting to the Super Bowl.
That one, 28 yards on the ground.
I'm not sure exactly how they would phrase it in their own locker room, but that's a yardage grab right there. To be able to get that amount of yardage on the first play of the game and to change field position to the positive side, you got to love the way they're getting started.
They'll run with last year's 7th-round pick, Kyle Monangai. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd down and a yard. To the air, Williams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Here's Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence. Show some aggressiveness. Go pick it up.
That is caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Off the bootleg, it's Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Roma Dunze from 4 yards out. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Makes the score Bears 7.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Broncos take the field behind their 3rd-year QB, who has really come into his own, leading Denver to the AFC title game last season, Bo Nix.
Was an immediate starter as a rookie and continued to grow as the Broncos advanced to the AFC Championship game last year. Expectations this season, get to the Super Bowl.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
To throw is Nix. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards that time for number 14. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Nix to throw again. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Here's Nix. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it with Dobbins. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In motion goes Raymond. Looking to throw is Williams. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
First down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
To throw, Williams. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Pass to the right side, caught by Burden. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Now 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Williams. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 43. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Williams, a give to Monungai. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. There for the stop defensively, Nick Benito.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
throw caught by Raymond. Past the 20. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First and goal.
That one goes for 36 yards.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
Here's Swift. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Swift again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bears 14.
That one in the books as a
Broncos
12-play
nothing.
drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw. Here's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. This is taken around the 12. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Once again, it's Swift. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Williams. He's got this complete to Burden. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. Taking it about the 16. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. As the home team's offense makes their way back out, we show you the defensive coordinator for the visiting team. His guys have a first-half lead, all going according to plan so far as they look to come up with a stop on this next drive. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Throwing Nix. A short throw to Ingram. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 2. Nix to the air. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Now it's Nix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Looking to throw. Nix. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Nix. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
For the Broncos field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll go play action here with Williams. That's downfield. He's got Loveland. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. (17-3) the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one good for 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Back to the air with Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And they'll send the tight end in motion. Nick's going to give to Harvey. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
A 25-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, here's Williams. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Williams. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To the air, Williams. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Nix. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. As the visitors head back out, we take a look at the defensive coordinator for the home team. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. Well, that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Looking to throw is Williams. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
It's a pickup.
A huge play there for Chicago.
1st down,
61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. To throw, Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter action in Denver. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Throwing is Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Colston Loveland, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to widen their advantage. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Bears
5 plays
24,
there on that drive.
Broncos 6.
And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Santos out now. He'll kick it away.
For Chicago.
Nifty move. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Cortland Sutton getting set for their next drive. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. Open man is Waddle, complete. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2nd and 3. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Off the play fake, Nix. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
48-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, nice move. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passing. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Well, it looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Third down and 13.
The Bears on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw, it's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
38-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they spotted at the 49. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They're going. It's Nix. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Nix to the air. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is caught for a Broncos touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Bears 24.
A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
Will Lutz to
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bears offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Manungai to start the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 39-yard
And for the
line.
defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Swift going to try up the middle. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Swift. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 6-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They run out of the gun with Swift. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Every yard they gain getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Broncos now down by 11, 35 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. Now it's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run.
It's a gain of
Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harvey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Denver, good night, everybody.